In the last movie, we saw how we can redirect output so that instead of being outputted to standard out, which is our screen, instead it's directed to a file. In the process of doing that, we saw that it actually overwrites the contents of the file. So we completely destroy whatever was in the file by doing it that way. What we want to see now is how we can append to the end of the file. So we're still directing the output to a file, but we're just doing it without destroying what was already there. Notice that I'm inside my user directory and inside Unix files. And if I do ls-la, you'll see the files that are there now. A lot of those are files that we just created in the last movie. Let's begin by creating a list, nanopeople.txt. Let's just put a list of people's names in here. Linda, Bob, Susan, Larry, and Anne. I'm going to hit return. I want to show you something that Nano does here. If I hit the down arrow, you'll see it actually gives me one extra line. So there's an automatic sort of implied extra line there. I'm going to remove that. Okay, so just make sure that we have only one line return after Anne. Then I'll hit Control X. Yes, save the changes to people.txt. So let's take a look, people.txt, and there's the list of people. Now let's say we want to add Claire to the end of this list. Well, we can do echo Claire, and if we do it this way, we know what it'll do. It'll completely erase our old list. What we want instead is to append it to the end of the list. It's very easy. We just use two of those greater than signs. Append it to the end of the list instead of getting rid of it. So now it echoes that line there. If we now say cat people.txt, now we see Claire at the end of the list. We want to add John to the list. Same thing, John, and then add it to people.txt. Now John's added to the list. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Let's just try another example. We were working with newfile.txt, and we were concatenating it before with newer file and putting it in joined. I'm just going to put new file in there, so that replaces whatever was there. Now let's do it again, but this time let's do newer file and append it. Notice the difference between those two. I'm taking a different file and I'm appending it to the end of what was there. That's the same thing as if I had concatenated those together. And then just let's go ahead and do new file in there one more time. Okay, so you can probably guess what we would expect to be in there. If we take a look at that file, we have new file, then newer file, then new file. Okay, so that's really all there is to it. It's pretty easy as far as the concept goes. The hard part is just making sure that you have the discipline to remember to use the greater than sign, just one of them, when you want to completely replace the content, and two of them when you want to append it.